Okay, so there's been a lot of talk today, naturally, about unified communications and sharing some ideas and thoughts around how it can change how we work today. Over the next 30 minutes, what I want to do is to review what we've been doing as a business, but also how and where can UC take us, so beyond presence and desktop collaboration. So this has been the general theme of what people have seen about UC and thought about UC. And for us as systems integrators, we've been for many years joining different technologies, different people, different networks together. And certainly as we move forward, we've heard about the Internet of Things, we've heard about big data, and the need for further integration and APIs. So I'll share with you what we've been working on and what we're working on into the future, and how and why we think it will really start to support this next generation change that we're going through into UC 2.0. So I'm a Generation X. I joined the workplace in the mid-90s, and technology was very different at that time. You know, we've gone through a period where technology has changed immensely. How people work and how people communicate has changed immensely. You know, the first company I worked for, I was introduced at the time. ISDN was the new connection method, and of course where we're at today is SIP is now mainstream technology, replacing ISDN as a mechanism for making and receiving telephone calls. You know, the telephone systems of old used to be so large that they take up whole rooms, whereas now the software has been decoupled from the hardware and it's available as a software stream, either installed into virtual environments or indeed consumed from the cloud as a service. You know, the first company I worked for, it was only the directors that had mobile telephones, and they were just purely used for voice only. And now we're in a world where not only does everyone have a mobile phone, there's actually more connected mobile phones than there is people on the planet. So it shows you how fast the technology has changed. Also, the way in which we shared information to the outside world via websites has changed dramatically. It was very much static information, and you know, at best, it was a replication of a few pages of a company brochure. And of course, where we're at today is we're seeing a lot more people using social media. You know, the Generation Y, including my children, and certainly some of the people I got introduced to at this gaming convention that my son took me to, who have found ways of monetizing YouTube, and they're all driving around in Lamborghinis. So certainly hats off to them, right? So the technology has changed dramatically, and so too is how we work. So back in the day, it was very much a fixed seating position, very much, you know, everyone had their desk and that's where they would work, and they'd need to be at the desk at 9 o'clock in the morning and work through until 5 or 5:30. And as we've heard, you know, how people work has changed dramatically, you know, from a point of view of more collaborative, open, flexible working environments. So the idea of being able to turn up at work and work anywhere, and also work across teams that are generally, you know, we're seeing cross departments, you know, people from different departments working together. And I think that's great. You know, it's a great way of breaking down some of the barriers and silos that existed previously. But the technology has evolved to support this. So the move from fixed workplace to workspace. And of course, the latest iteration is the fact that I can take this technology and I can work from anywhere across any device. So the concept of coffee shop working. You know, some of the customers I've spoken to recently, you ask them what their BCP plan is, and the answer is it's Starbucks. You know, we can go and work in a coffee shop. We've got access to the corporate systems on mobile devices or tablets, and we're able to work as if we're sat in the office. So what is unified communications? You'll find lots and lots of descriptions out there as to what it really is. To me, you know, in our industry, there's lots of marketing terms, and you know, this is another one of those. UC is really the concept of an umbrella that brings together real-time enterprise communications. So whether it's telephony, video, chat, whether it's email, but also complemented with collaboration technologies. So audio conferencing, desktop sharing, video conferencing. And the concept then is to deliver all of that across any device, so device independence. And UC is not a new term. UC, we were talking about in the marketplace almost a decade ago. So there was Microsoft OCS, there was Mitel's Your Assistant and Avaya's 1X applications. But what's happened is these have evolved over time, and certainly, I think we're all aware of Microsoft Lync, and what's interesting is the change in people's use of technology in the consumer world has really created increased awareness in the business world. And hence the rebranding, the purchase and rebranding of Skype for Business. So the main partners that we've had present today actually account for 50% of worldwide sales of UC. So it's really a great opportunity to hear from the market leaders as to what's happening, where they're going, and where they see the future. So I agree with a lot of the points that have been picked up today. The tipping point of UC. If we've talked about it and it's been available for almost 10 years, what is it now that's causing people to invest? And we're seeing real market growth and market traction. Certainly a lot of the customers that we talk to today are coming to us and saying, we want a UC solution, we want a UC platform. They've seen, they've experienced, they've talked about this technology, and the expectation is there. Very much the Generation Y coming into the workplace and expecting to be able to use the technology that they've used in their personal life in the business life. Customer experience, that's another en vogue term that we will hear about today. And again, if we're looking at communicating with customers, what routes and channels and devices are we supporting? How do we bring this together? How do we look at the context of communication with the customers? There was flexible working initiatives that were introduced. So again, we need to be in a position where we have to support those from a business perspective. And as more and more organizations are delivering UC and cloud-based services, the market choice increases, the competitive nature drives greater value for money for customers, and new cloud environments and infrastructure. The UC as a service makes this technology more widely available for people, more accessible. So all of those things, the more people use it, the more people expect it. And you get to a point where it becomes the minimum baseline of employees coming into the workforce, customers interacting with you, and at that point it becomes the accepted norm. So what have we been doing as a business over the last few years? Well, we're a very innovative organization. We're over 30 years in business, and certainly working very closely with the partners that we do. We could see where the market was going. We could see certainly follow the UC, the telecoms world was following the same path as the IT world, moving to the cloud, taking advantage of virtualization technology. So we wanted to be in a position where we could help our customers adopt new technology, be more agile and more reactive to opportunities that were presented. So back in 2010, we created a strategy which was investing into the future and building data center environments and working with these main manufacturers that you've heard from today, and looking at how we can take those technologies and deploy from a cloud environment. But also recognition of the fact that we need to work with customers to support the path and the pace that people want to go. So not only were we delivering cloud very early on, but we're also providing this hybrid model, this migration option. We recognize the need for system integration to join these different systems and worlds together. And with it, we created a range of our own technology, so middleware and applications that we're adding value to the technologies widely available in the marketplace. So whether it be our SIP service, NetX, that we've been providing since 2004, whether it be our CTI layer that integrates with a wide range of telephony platforms and software applications, or whether it be our monitoring and reporting tool that enables us to manage and control end-to-end solutions we're delivering to market. We were very much focused on how do we leverage the best technology that's available in the market, how do we integrate innovation and new technologies that are coming to the fore, and how do we provide a framework for managing it for customers. So where do we see the future? And again, we've heard a lot about this today. It will be more social. You know, we're going to see more and more social applications coming to the fore, more mobile applications. You know, the mobile device as a device of choice. A lot more interactive as well. So moving from internal peer-to-peer communication and actually extending this into collaborative infrastructures and environments with customers and partners as well. There will be more adoption of the cloud, and again, it just makes it easy for a lot of new technologies that we're seeing to adopt and try and deploy into different areas within the business. We've certainly seen it where business people are getting more involved in making decisions around technology and actually going away and Googling and finding services and applications to address specific business needs and requirements. There'll be definitely much more need for increased bandwidth, and this will also support the idea of the connected devices and the TVs and the hats and the different data streams that are being pushed across the networks. So if I look at, my presentation is UC 2.0, so if I'm going to look at UC 2.0, I'd like to really take some comparison between the web and Web 1.0 and Web 2.0, because the initial iterations of the web were very much static content. You know, going back to the point I entered the workplace where it was a few brochure pages and there was no interaction with people. Well, that's very much changed. You know, we had the introduction of Web 2.0, which is about interaction with customers. You know, looking at what services you deliver and making them two-way, communicating with customers. And the interesting one is actually creating an environment, a mechanism where customers can interact with you and they're actually building the content for you. You know, they're contributing content into this new web framework. You know, the idea of the YouTube videos and the self-service forums that are actually helping to serve your customers. So if we look at that concept, I think it really applies to the UC world as well. So UC 1.0 is very much around peer-to-peer communications within a business. So by all means, supporting all these new channels and bringing them together, unifying them across a software application that not only could I see presence and availability, I could actually communicate across a range of different channels. It was overlaid with new collaboration technologies that actually helped to bring people together and improve how they worked. And it was accessible across a range of devices. You know, I believe we'll be seeing more and more of this. But what we expect is that not only will the access become more and more mobile, but also it will be about how you bring customers in as part of your communications infrastructure. You know, what access to tools and information are you going to be able to provide to them? So it's no longer just about what happens within the business or the supply chain. It's about how do you bring customers in? How do you personalize the service based upon context, based upon preferences that you know about your customers? And how do you support this omnichannel world? We did something very interesting for a recent exhibition, CC Expo, where we wanted to show all these different communication channels coming together. So I gave my team a challenge, and it was very much, I want to show a real-life experience of technology working across all these different communication devices. So we built a web portal, we built mobile applications, we connected it into a live call center, and consumers were able to browse to this website either via a laptop, a mobile device, a tablet, and actually interact with a business in real time using a whole range of different communication devices. So whether it be telephone, whether it be email, whether it be SMS, whether it be click to video, whether it be social media or the mobile applications, and actually understand what was happening and react accordingly. So I see that UC 2.0, there's going to be a lot more demand for integration. There's going to be a lot more demand for this application layer to actually customize and bring customers into this communication infrastructure moving forward. So last year I talked about the key to successful projects, great technology, engaged people, and an effective plan. You know, those elements still remain today very much the cornerstone of what we do. But also in this new world that we're moving to, it requires agile infrastructure to be able to take advantage of a lot of these new technologies that are coming to the fore. You know, who knows truly what the future is going to hold? Who knows what applications and what environments and social networks are going to be used into the future? We need to be in a position where we can embrace and leverage that technology. It's also that we may require different tools and different channels for different customers, different staffs, different user groups. Effective integration. We need to be able to easily join these technologies together. One of our partners who are out in the exhibition today, Aquarium, they have a CRM, clever CRM technology, and I remember having a meeting with them, and the question was, we'd like to be able to integrate with telephony infrastructure, and at the moment we do it with this one particular platform, but we'd like the position to support a whole wide range in the marketplace. Even I was amazed when my development manager worked with their lead architect, and in 10 seconds we had that technology integrated. You need to be able to have quick, efficient, and agile integration as well. And the piece that we're seeing, so if I go back to UC has been talked about for 10 years, and people have been adopting different variants, and the technology has been evolving. It's about how do you support incremental change. It's not, turn the system off over here and start over there. It's about how do you plan and support the change. And one of the things in the sporting world you hear about is marginal gains. How and where can we use technology to start to improve certain aspects? How can we gain a competitive advantage, and how can we change and adapt? So the path to UC 2.0. So what are we doing as a business to support this? I'll look at each of these in a bit more detail shortly, but in summary, we're upgrading our core network, so we're on the final stages of this. We're introducing API layers, both for web and mobile applications. So again, the idea of actually providing control to our customers. We're making improvements into some of our core technologies as well. I'll come on to those. We're supporting the growing demand for Wi-Fi and Internet of Things. So if anyone's seen the adverts from BT recently, you'll see that those are two great big spheres that are important in our lives moving forward. We'll be supporting big data. So how do we bring all these different data streams together, and what can we do, and how can we integrate it into our processes and our systems, and what can we learn from it, and how can we act accordingly? And we'll be bridging the gap between these different worlds, the cloud, the network, and the users. So let's take each of those in isolation. So we've been providing cloud services, as I said, for many years, and as part of this is working with a range of different network providers to provide hybrid networks, bringing together the best that is available from a bandwidth and an access perspective and value for money. But what we have recognized is the growing demand for bandwidth and data. So we're rolling out a fiber optic network, dark fiber, so very, very high capability from a bandwidth perspective, but also very, very fast switching. And what it does is it enables us to light up connections and continue to scale and grow with what we'll see is exponential requirements of data moving forward. It means that we'll be able to provide customers with high bandwidth connections for their own business, so in excess of 10 gig. There'll be easier change management as part of this. We're building more resilience into the configurations and designs. And part of this is about how do we expose controls for customers to manage their own networks as well. So how do we give people the ability to change, evolve, and control and support agile business requirements? We already interconnect into a range of different data centers and services. We support our technology across premise, across data centers, and we host ourselves as well. So there'll be more and more options for interconnecting, not only into private cloud environments, but also the public cloud environments that we've heard about as well. So whether this is Azure, whether it's Amazon, or whether it's Google, just really supporting the ability for a connected future. So there'll be a range of APIs and applications that are available using web services. Customers will be able to basically manage, understand, and control their technology securely, whether it be via a mobile device, whether it be via a tablet, or whether it be via desktop. And as part of it, we're looking at further enhancing the monitoring controls that we deliver to customers, because we recognize that if we're in this connected world where there's a whole range of different services and we're more reliant upon the technology that we're using today, we need to be in a position where we have the confidence around the uptime and availability. So the SIP service, we've been providing SIP, as I said, since 2004. Our brand is NetX. The next iteration we're releasing to market, NetX 2.0, will still provide the 5 nines SLAs that we already delivered to market. But as I said, it's going to be delivering enhanced resilience, the ability for customers to configure and manage the services they're taking from us via portals, the ability to reroute calls and build BCP plans, and also grab this data feed as well. So using analytics engines to interrogate information and data, but then provide the option for integrating into customers' big data services as well. It will natively support WebRTC. So again, as we see more and more use of video into the future, the simple click to video across a network, we believe, will be an important requirement. We'll be supporting further developments into security, and again, in the world in which we live, security is an absolute key part of any service provider moving forward. And within it, we've been delivering fraud controls for a number of years now, where we're able to alert upon fraud activity, but we'll be providing the ability for people to manage and have automatic shut off as well. We'll be supporting Wi-Fi and Internet of Things. So again, we already deliver Wi-Fi networks, as you'd expect, and certainly as these networks become more and more available and more services need to connect, we'll be able to look at location tracking and information and what engagement people are undertaking with the organization. So more and more data streams being made available and supporting these higher bandwidth mobile connections. Big data. So, we're seeing more and more data flowing across the network, which has driven us to invest in developing our core. But certainly as we're bringing customers in and we want to understand the preferences and the behavior and the profiles, we want to look at how we interrogate this information. It's not just from a UC perspective, it's also looking at information within our CRM or ERP system. So how do we link this intelligence together? How do we access it? And how do we make business decisions based upon it? So again, we'll be working with customers to support this. So how are we going to do it? So not only are we investing in building out our capability and the technology we deliver to market, we're also going to be looking at delivering a software-defined networking layer, network orchestration. And the concept of this is to make control and access available to our customers to be able to configure and change and set up services. So provide a much more rapid environment for testing and setting services up. We'll be providing an API layer. So this is something that we've done for many years now. So approaching 20 years with our integration capability, as we're working with customers to extend APIs, not only into their own technology, but also support what is going to happen into the market moving forward, which is the need to integrate with these consumer worlds and consumer applications moving forward. So the key to success that we see, very much, the fundamentals that we've been working with customers for many years, which is we've got some great technology. We work with the main providers worldwide for UC. We've got some really great innovative companies that we work with that offer additional technologies that add value. And then we've got our own applications and services that help to bring it all together. Engaged people, we cannot underestimate this. What's in it for me? How do I use it? I'm trying to solve real life business problems. People don't just buy technology for technology's sake. We invest a lot of time working with customers through workshops and audits to actually look at how people are currently working today and how and where technology can solve problems and deliver competitive advantage. As part of that then, when we're rolling out the technology, we need to look at training and adoption and implementation programs to make this process successful. An effective plan. How do we move from where we are today to where we want to be, and what are the steps that we need to take along the way? So, we overlay what we do with Prince 2. So all of these processes are very well documented, and we've got a lot of success in actually delivering some very complex projects for customers. But in addition to that, we need to consider the requirements into the future. So the need for agile infrastructure, effective integration, it's going to be more and more important moving forward. And this incremental change, because we don't know what the future holds, but we should be in a position where we can actually embrace and take advantage of it. So there is a world of opportunity out there. I think it's really exciting. It's great to spend time with customers and actually see how people are adopting new technology and changing how they're working and getting some real benefit from it. Historically, technology used to be simple. When I entered the workplace, it was very straightforward. Today, there's so many different channels of communication that are available and people use. Elements within our control, elements outside of our control. So how do we bridge those worlds together? Customer and user expectation has changed dramatically over those years as well. So the younger people coming into the workforce expecting this technology to be available. The customers going onto websites and sourcing new suppliers and managing their own sales cycle themselves. We need to be in a position where we're helping to enhance the experience we deliver and adding value. So the technology demand and capability is growing. The expectation is growing. There'll be more and more data, more and more connected devices. And customer choice and customer power and customer use of technology is growing. So too is all of this data that's out there today. Because there is so much available, whilst we can deliver certain elements end to end, we can't do everything. It's not possible for any one vendor to do absolutely everything. So it's about how do we embrace the technology, how do we integrate it into our environments, and to do that, we work with what are the best in the world. But we then combine that with our own innovation, our market-leading integration skills, and our people who've got a lot of experience at delivering and driving change for people. I believe there is a great opportunity presented to us all, not just from the UC technologies that we've heard about over recent years, but looking into the future with UC 2.0.